Hi everyone, today I will be discussing separation of powers, how agencies in the executive branch can make rules that function like laws, and some landmark cases that shape this balance. The goal is to connect with what we have read in the textbook and examples from the videos in this week's learning activity so we can see how the Constitution's framework actually plays out in practice. The United States Constitution divides power between three branches: legislative, executive, and the judicial. Courts write laws, the president and the executive agencies enforce them, and the court interprets them. But here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Agencies under the executive branch can also create regulations that function like laws. Congress often passes broad statutes like the Clean Water Act, and agencies such as the Environmental Protection Agency fill in the details by writing enforceable regulations. These regulations carry the same legal force as laws passed by Congress as long as they follow the intelligible principle that Congress provides. This is where landmark cases come in, such as Schroeder Poultry versus United States in 1935, where the court said that Congress went too far by letting the president enforce private trade codes, which is a violation of the separation of powers. And Mistretta versus the United States in 1989, the court upheld Congress's creation of the Sentencing Commission, saying it was a constitutional delegation because Congress set clear guidance. And in CFTC versus Shore in 1986, the court addressed agencies' power to adjudicate disputes, even involving some state law claims, raising Article 3 questions about judicial power. Together, these cases show the balance that agencies can act like lawmakers, but only within limits. The court decides if those limits can ultimately be crossed, and if they have. In closing, separation of powers ensures no single branch dominates the government. Congress sets the framework, agencies carry out and detail that framework, and the courts review whether agencies or Congress went too far. Landmark cases like Schroeder, Mistretta, and Shore help us see how these boundaries are tested and reinforced. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing your presentations as well.